Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Digite MS Word Integration webinar. Myself, Vanajan, I'm going to walk you through the functionalities of MS Word integration throughout this presentation. What we'll do, okay, you can type in all your concerns and questions or a feedback in question and answer box, which is available on your right hand side, down right hand side. You can type in all your question and answers there. We'll take question and answers at the end of the webinar session. Feel free to write or key in any numbers of questions which you have. We'll try to answer most of them. Okay. In this presentation, what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk you through how Digite MS Word integration can be used to work with the project artifacts in Digite. Okay. To start with, okay, so why Microsoft Word? The reason being most of the users use Microsoft Word interface for editing and reviewing the project documents. Okay. Digite MS Word integration offers a choice to view and update a project artifact such as user requirement using MS Word, so that you can easily modify the document, you can get it reviewed, okay, and you can share with the stakeholders while working within Digite, okay, as and when required. Project item, when checked out, enable you to edit existing content, add a new project item within the Word document itself, and once you upload it back, all the changes which you have done in the document will be reflected back in Digite itself. Project artifacts, as I was talking earlier, can be easily shared with other users, also in well presented MS Word format directly by taking direct output from Digite, okay, so that you have a single version of it, so you can keep on maintaining the same document, okay, for your editing purpose or for your tracking purpose, and you can share the same document with the stakeholders when you have to take the inputs or when you have to get it reviewed by the external team members. I have listed down few of the benefits of using Digite Word integration for editing and sharing work items with all the required information and formatting. You can choose to use your familiar Microsoft Word interface, as I was talking earlier. Using the Digite MS Word integration functionality, you can use the rich text editing and the formatting features, which is very well supported in MS Word. You can even upload images from MS Word directly. You can put a flowchart, you can put your requirement diagram or your design diagram directly in a checked out Word document. Okay, Digite checkout. Now what happens, okay, once a user has checked out the document in Digite, okay, then it will prevent any other user to do a modification on the checked out work item, so that a single user can work on it. Once the work is done, he can check in back the document, okay, and then the user will be allowed to work on the same document. It also gives a flexibility or a power a user to work offline. Okay, without being logged into a Digite. If you want to work on a requirement document, say, and if you want to write a detailed requirement and you want to upload it back in Digite, then by using a Word interface or a Word check-in checkout operation, without even logging to Digite, you can work with your MS Word document, and seamlessly you can integrate or you can upload the changes which you have done in MS Word within Digite itself at later point in time. So this is the Word check-in checkout or Word integration framework. It's pretty simple. As you can see, you can check out the document, you will get a Word output. You can modify or you can add a new requirement. Okay, you can edit the existing requirement. Once the changes are done, you can check in back the requirement back to Digite. Okay. As I was talking earlier, once the document is being checked out by a user, okay, only a user who is owning the document can do the changes on the checked out document. Till the time, no other users can make changes to the item until Digite synchronize and save the content back into the system. Okay, now what what we'll do, okay, now I covered why MS Word integration is important or what are the benefits we are going to get out of it. Okay, let's now get into the configuration detail. What are the prerequisites for a user if we have to use MS, if we have to start using MS Word integration? What are the prerequisites which he has to do in the perform in the system? Okay, so for that, what I'll do, I'll quickly take you through the tool instead of browsing this through the presentation. I'll just quickly take you to the tool and tell you, okay, what all things you may need to perform, what all steps you may need to perform to do the changes or to enable the check-in checkout operation. The first thing, what you have to do, you have to go to either a project level configuration or admin configuration, go to select an e-form, go to the e-form. You can choose an e-form when you want to enable the Word check-in checkout operation. Now suppose I'm using a user requirement e-form. You will see there's a setting which is been mentioned here, check-in and checkout. Okay, you can choose an option known as MS Word. Currently it's in beta version. We are looking for a feedback to make the solution more complete. Okay, so you can just choose you can just select this setting and you can save it. Once this setting is been selected by a user, you will see a new set of actions or actionables are available in your toolbar, okay, which you can use to perform check-in checkout operation within Digite. Okay, so this is the first level of setting which you have to perform. Now user, we also give a user level configuration when user can decide what all sections you want to check out or what sequence you want to use for the checkout document. Okay, within the checkout documents. Okay, so once you enable this preference, okay, once you have said MS Word, you can go to the sections. You will see there is a new option which is known as MS Word segment repositioning. You can select which all section you want to check out as an output, and you can reposition it also in the sequence which you want to have the checkout documents. Okay, so in this case I have only selected two options, detail section and the requirement details option. Okay, other section I'm not selecting. I don't want these to be available in my checked out documents. I'll just ignore that. Similarly, within the, if you are selecting the details section, you can also choose which all fields you want to be part of the checkout document. You can go to that particular details section and you can go to MS Word repositioning field and you can choose which all fields you want to be available as part of the checked out document. You can resequence them, okay, the way you want to, and once you are done, you just click on hit and save. So once these settings are done, the next setting would be you would like to have this. You definitely, when we are talking about MS Word integration, definitely you will have some headers which you want to configure. You will have a footer. You want to have a cover page. Okay, for those settings, what you can do, you can go to the print settings setup. We have the keywords, okay, the set of keywords which are available, which can be used as an header directly. Okay, you can, as you can see, you can use date, you can use a form name, you can choose the page number if you want to use a project name. All those things you can select as a header setting or a footer setting. Along with that, if you want to add an image, okay, as part of your header and footer, you can directly browse an image. In this case, I've already have selected an image here. You can browse an image and you can select an image which will be available for your footer setup. Okay. Now, coming back to the first page configuration, you can have your custom first page. You can define how your first page is going to look like. Okay, when you are going to take out a printout of this document, you can give the document name. You can also provide, if you want to have an attach as an image. Okay, if you want to have an image here, you can directly go and select an image and you can add the image here. Once you're done with these settings, your team is ready to work with your Word integration or Word interface for the form for which you have performed these settings. Okay. Now in this case you can see I have two instances which are currently available in my requirements. Okay, I have requirement 1, requirement 2. If I have to check out, I can either select all of them, or I can do a selective checkout of a requirement when I want to work on. Okay, I can just go and say checkout. Okay, let me just check in or do an undo checkout first before performing this action. You can just select I want to check out this document. Okay, you can choose here, okay, which all fields you want to check out. You can have all the fields. You can choose the list view or the table view which is in front of you. You just want those fields available as part of your checkout document, or you can select a field if you want to. You can select which all fields you want to get out of it. Okay, I'm saying for this demo purpose, I'm selecting all fields. You can just say click OK, save the document. Now you will see the checkout document is available in front of you along with the name, the ID, everything is coming in pretty much formatted manner. Okay, all the requirement details, the module details, okay, everything is coming beautiful in the document. Now what you can do, you can very well use all the functionality of Word, okay, within this checked out document, and you can just create your requirement document the way you want to. You can have your sequence number, you can have your headings, everything can be maintained here within the system. If you want to highlight something or make some option or make some statement as bold, use all of that, save the document. Okay, only few things which you may have to remember. There are certain fields, okay, which you can see are marked in gray color. These are the read-only fields, and these fields are not allowed to be changed, okay, when your document is checked out. So these fields can only be changed from the Digite interface. You will not be allowed to modify these fields, okay, without from the checked out Word document. You can format your document, you can do whatever you want to. Okay, I'll just make something format, I can recolor it, I can do all of that, and just save this document. Let me just save this document. Now desktop. Just remember, don't change the name, okay, or just use the same name without, because the Digite only understands the name because it has a direct mapping, okay, with a requirement. Don't change the name of an output file. Always use the same name, otherwise system will throw an error for you. Okay. Now once the modifications are done, you can select a requirement which you want to check in back. Select the requirement, say check in, select the file. In this case, give me a minute. I can select a file and click go. You can see the status. There is one requirement which has been modified. Okay, there was no error. That's okay. Once you are done with this, okay, you can see the modified requirement. You can go and check the details. The requirement tab, all the modifications which you have done will be available. So, as I was mentioning, you can do very well all the things, okay, which you have mentioned. You can see this statement is now bold. You can color the line. Everything can be done directly from the output or the checked out Word document. Yes, do remember, if you want to have the special setting, and if you want to use the rich text capability, of Word, then create the field within an EPOM as a rich text field. Okay? Don't use the normal text field because these fields cannot understand the settings of or a rich text settings per se, okay, of Word. Okay, so that all the bolds or all the modifications which you will do for these fields, okay, will not be taken into consideration once the document will be checked in back into Digite. Just a step of caution here. Just do remember to add fields, okay, which you want to use in Word as a rich text field within Digite. Okay. Now, what are things other than that? Okay, if you want to have attach a image here, you can very well do so. Okay, put some images back here. Let me just okay, so you can do all the, you can use headers, footers, okay, you can have the numbers or numbering, you can do within a Word, you can give a heading within the document, okay, you can very well put an image for the checked out document. All those things you can do in Word, and you just have to come and check in back the document in case, okay, you want to have that details within that or available in Digite. Okay. So this is we spoke about how you can basically do the editing of a existing document. Okay. In the same way, what you can do. So I'll just quickly cover this presentation. Okay. We have spoken about the repositioning, segment repositioning, which you can do. You can do a field repositioning within the sections which we have already covered. Okay. Then these are the basic operations. You can have output. You can edit the output checkout document, just perform. You can, okay, as I was mentioning, if you have an image which you want to put within the checkout document, you can directly copy paste an image, save the MS Word file, okay, and check in back in Digite. Once you do the check-in operation, okay, all the changes or all the images which you have attached as part of your Word document will be available within Digite. Okay, you can see the images available for you within Digite. Now, if you want, now suppose if you want to have add a new requirement directly from Digite. So for that, what you can do, you can download the Skeletal Checkout, or you can use the Skeletal of Word documents. So we have an option known as to download skeletal output, which you can take it out, which you can keep it with you. You can add multiple requirements on the go. Okay, without working on Digite, you can add multiple requirements on the checked out documents. Okay. Now, in this case, as you can see, this is a skeletal checkout option, right? You will have no details here. Now, if you want to have the details, if you want to put in the details, you can just, ID is not required. You can just give the name of a file. You can choose the field that I was mentioning. Okay. You can download the document. You can give the name of the instance. Okay. Resource calendar for the assigned effort. Similarly, if you have other fields, okay, which you want to capture as part of a Word checkout document, capture all the details there and check in back the document. System will automatically create a new instances for you within Digite, and you can see the changes, or you can see all the details which you have captured in the Word document is available for you within Digite. So let me just quickly go to the tool to show you that capability. So you have an option of skeletal checkout, as I was mentioning. You can just quickly do a skeletal checkout. You can choose which all fields you want to have here. Okay. Okay. Now you can see, you can give a name here. Just remember, you have to type in the name. Okay, all the other fields, okay, will automatically you have to enter these fields within Digite. So those fields will not be available for you. You can enter all the other descriptions, basic descriptions, triggers or actors, assumptions directly into this document. So you can have, you can put images, you can put some business rules, whatever you want to put in. Let me just copy paste some of them from the existing requirements. You can change the font, you can make things bold, or if you want to have the proper alignment or whatever you want to do, you can very well do that within Digite. Within Word file, you can change the font size and make things bold or italic. Okay, just save the document. Once you're done with this, you can just go back. You can just check it. Just give me a minute. Okay, you can see the one requirement has been added successfully. Just click hit OK. You can see the new requirement which has been added is available within the Digite. And all the details which you have captured there is available for you. Oh, I did something wrong. Probably, I guess I did something wrong. But basically, once you capture the details, okay, basically it should have uploaded all of that. Let me just check what went wrong. Okay, the basic thing is, okay, you can either add the new requirement directly from the Word. You can edit the existing requirement which is available in Digite. You can use all the Word capabilities directly in Word. You can work offline, and you're good to go. Okay, going back to presentation. Okay. There was add successful item, as I told you. You can add directly, okay, directly a requirement which we have already covered here. Okay, so there are few limitations which you have to keep in mind. Currently, we are only supporting MS Word 2003 and 2007. We'll be soon supporting 2010, which is in our roadmap. Okay. Second limitation which we want to highlight here is you cannot add or edit data for the system generated field. As I told you, the priority you can get, but the system generated field like overall status, okay, those fields are not allowed to be changed from the checkout documents. Okay, don't change the property of the checkout file. Okay, another very important note which I want to highlight here is don't change the file name. Keep the file name as the same as it is coming from Digite. Okay. Another thing, if you want to add multiple documents, okay, once you do a skeletal check or multiple requirements, then you may need to copy the first part multiple times, and you have to add that you have to do that operation manually, okay, to add a new requirement from the system. You need to copy the title for the new item manually, exact as described on the system, as I was mentioning earlier. The summary, just a quick summary. So Digite MS and Word integration feature facilitates you to add and edit project items offline MS Word interface, as I was mentioning earlier. So basically it helps you, okay, you can configure the layout of those check or output documents, okay, from the EPUM configuration. You can choose the field which you want to be part of your checked out documents. Okay, you can rearrange all of that. Okay, if you don't want some of the fields as part of your checked out document, you can ignore those fields. Okay, and the checked out document can only be accessed by one user at a time. Okay, so So once you have done all of that, the other important feature which I would like to highlight here is the printing capability. Once you are done, once you are done with all of that, you would definitely like to share the document with your customers or all the stakeholders. So how you can use Digite for that. So now suppose I want to have these two or requirement, I wanted to take a printout, I can just say print. I can choose the output format. Let's take, I'm choosing a rich text format. I can choose what all details I want. No, suppose I don't want these things, I just want details and the requirement details. It's okay. Open the file. Now you can see, okay, your header is coming, your front page which you have designed is coming, the footer image is also coming as an output document. Okay. Now you will see the second page is intentionally coming as blank. Okay, what you can here do, you can set F11, okay, directly in this document, and system will generate index for you here. Sorry, F9. Okay, so once you will hit F9, system will automatically generate an index for you for this output document. Okay, you can see all the output, all the details here. Okay, the requirement details, the basic description, all the details which you have captured as part of a requirement is available for you as an output document. The few changes which we are doing, I guess it should be available in some of the hotfixes. There was a request from our customers when there was an issue when they were saying why there is a page break coming between the two sections. So now we are giving an option to a user where he can see, where he can say while taking a printout whether he want all the section in the single page one after another, or you want a section as a part of a page break. That would be available in hotfix and should be released to you in I guess in few days. Just wanted to highlight that fact. Okay, so you can see that, and that is very well which I wanted to cover. So this is what we have as part of our Word integration webinar. Feel free to share your opinion. If you have any questions, feel free to put it into your QA section. We'll be more than happy to answer this for you. So that's all from my side. We are open for question and answers. Okay, you can type in your questions, and we'll be happy to answer you all of that in case of your concerns. So it's available. There is a question from Punita. Okay, so she's asking which version has this capability. So this capability is available since 6.1, I suppose. So if you are using any version of Digite above 6.1, then this functionality should be available for you, and you can very well use it for any of the e-forms. It can be used either for the completion of the e-form, or you can use also for the custom e-forms which you are creating in the system. Then there's another question from Prabhat. Is it validating mandatory field when check-in? Yes, it does. Okay. So in that case, okay, we have two options. Okay, if you have taken an option of a list view, then in that case, okay, we don't validate the mandatory fields if those fields are not available as part of your list view. Okay, but other than that, it does check the mandatory field check. It does perform the mandatory field checking. There is a question from Mistral. Could you explain how to avoid a page break in section? As I told you, this we are going to provide a new option during the printing when a user can select whether he wants a page break within the section or he don't want a page break. He wants a sequential output. So I guess that feature is still not available. We are working on it and should be available by some of the next hot fixes. There will just be a setting in your print option when a user can select whether he wants a section in a new page or he wants the output as a sequential output. There is a question from Ramya. How can we get the document? If I'm, I guess if I'm not wrong, if you want this document to share along with your customer or stakeholder, there are two ways of doing it. Okay, you can either take a printout of the requirements or any instances of a form, and you can share it directly. You can share in the Word format or a PDF format with your stakeholders, or you can check out the document. You can send it for the review. The reviewer can do the modification on the checked out document. He can send it back to you, and you can upload back the review feedback directly within Digite by using a checking operation. When we do checkout, an option asks you to select the field. Yes, it does. You can choose which all fields you want to have. I'm not sure the next question. Okay, let me just answer. When we there's a question from Mr. Bangalore. When we do a checkout, an option asks us to select the field. Yes, that option is provided by us so that you can choose which all fields you want to have as part of a checkout document. You do. In some cases, you would not like to have all the fields available as part of your checkout document. So you can ignore those fields. You can just select those fields which are required for you. Okay, and you can check out the document, update the document, and checking back. Okay, Mistral has another problem which is saying uh, if they are using select field option, in that case they are facing a issue to click on OK. They have to press Control plus minus to get OK. So I would suggest in that case just get in touch with your support executive. He'll definitely able to help you out. In case it is an issue or known issue, we'll able to give you a fix for that. There is a question again from Prabhat. Will it shows an attachment files on checkout Word file? Example image added as an attachment. Prabhat, as I was telling you earlier, we only show images for rich text fields. We don't show you an attachment as an output for your Word checkout output. So attachment is not taken into consideration while doing the Word checkout. So, Mr. Team, I would suggest you, in case you are facing issue while performing a list view checkout, okay, get in touch with your support executive. He'll definitely certainly able to help you out and give you the solution for it. Any more questions? Yeah, so you tell us the key. Sure, Mr. T. So you can just request me. We can certainly share the presentation along with you. We are also working on the video. I guess the video presentation for the Word configuration or Word checking checkout operation, the complete Word integration. I can definitely certainly share the presentation along all of you. That should not be a problem. Just do write your mail ID so that we can directly mail it to you. We can send it across to you. Sure. So feel free to put your email ID so that we can quickly share the presentation after the webinar is over. Thank you, Punita. We'll certainly share the presentation along with you. Any more questions? I would request all of you to give your feedback in case you have, if you have any suggestions, okay, so that we can make it more user friendly, the integration, because as we all understand, Word is most used to be by all the people within the organization. So your feedback would be very critical for us, or very important for us to do a enhancement around this Word integration. So, and definitely, if you are not using this feature, we would recommend you to just try this feature. You will definitely certainly see the value coming out of it. Okay, and the more you will use it, then certainly you will able to give us good feedback. Okay, and will able to improve our functionality. I guess there are no more questions from any of our attendees. Then probably what we'll do, we'll just close this webinar. We'll definitely get in touch with you for more webinars which are lined up. Okay, we'll share you the details in coming next few weeks. Thanks all. Thanks for joining us for this webinar, word integration webinar. Have a nice day here. Thank you.